Floyd Mayweather, the undefeated legend, just linked back up with his former protege Gervonta "Tank" Davis ahead of Tank's shocking fight with Jake Paul. The same Floyd and Gervonta who swore they'd never work together again are suddenly training side by side like old times. But behind the cameras, the story isn't so simple. Because this reunion is bigger than a training camp. It's about pride, redemption, and maybe survival. And the words Floyd said after that first training session? Yeah, those words changed everything. Let's break it down. Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis weren't just fighter and promoter. They were like mentor and son. Floyd discovered Gervonta, molded him, built him into a knockout artist, and pushed him to become the face of boxing after he retired.
But I must say this, the most exciting fighter that's acting and fighting in boxing right now is Gervonta "Tank" Davis. When Gervonta "Tank" Davis go out there and fight, he reminds me of Pretty Boy Floyd. Because Pretty Boy Floyd, you couldn't go get no popcorn. You couldn't go get no soda. You couldn't go get no candy. You don't want to miss nothing.
But with fame came friction. Gervonta accused Floyd of using him for money, of holding him back from bigger fights. Floyd fired back, calling Tank ungrateful and immature.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
For years, the two traded shots through interviews and Instagram posts.
When I say certain things, they say, oh, he's hating. There's no different from when I talked about the thing with Gervonta, for instance. When I said that I need all fighters. I said I need all the young fighters that's making money in the sport of boxing. What I need you guys to do is do this. Brother, it's Chrome Heart, Gucci, Louis, Mercedes. We need to take our money and invest in real estate so that we can live that same great life when our careers are over. So I guess that he took it as, I guess he's the only one that wears Chrome Heart. He's the only one that wears Gucci. He's the only one that wears Louis Vuitton. He's the only one that drives a Mercedes. And last time I checked, we got fighters all around the world that wear top flight clothes that make good money.
Tank walked away. He said he didn't need Floyd. And when Floyd watched from a distance as Gervonta's draw with Lamont Roach sent his stock plummeting, everyone thought their story was over.
What set you off that you was like, I gotta do that?
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing.
This is exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal.
Yeah.
Tank don't cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come out.
Until this week, when the world saw Floyd back in Gervonta's corner. Footage surfaced of Mayweather and Davis training together in Las Vegas, and the boxing world lost its mind. Was this real? Was it just PR? Turns out, it was real, and after the session, Floyd finally broke his silence. He told reporters, "At the end of the day, Tank's still family. Sometimes family fights. Sometimes we grow apart. But real recognize real." That line alone broke the internet. Because if Floyd's training Tank again, that means one thing. This Jake Paul fight just got serious.
Actually, when he came to the gym, and it was the day before Adrian Broner was fighting Sean Porter. Right after the weigh-in, we went over to the gym because he wanted to see Tank box Devin Haney. David Haney was in good shape. Tank wasn't in good shape, but they worked. And it was some crazy work. And just with him and Devin working, it was crazy entertaining work at that particular time. So I said, you know what? I like this kid.
Let's be honest. The fight world is divided over Gervonta versus Jake Paul. Fans call it a joke. Promoters call it a cash grab. And old school fighters, they're furious. Because Gervonta Davis isn't just anyone. This is a man who once carried the torch of boxing's next generation. A knockout machine who made pay-per-view gold every time he stepped in the ring. And now he's fighting a YouTuber. Jake Paul, the 6'1" internet star turned 200-pound cruiserweight, will face Gervonta Davis, 5'5", and fighting all the way up from lightweight in what's being billed as a special exhibition on Netflix this November.
It's kind of weird because Jake Paul is extremely bigger than Tank, and but with it being a exhibition, it makes sense. It's fine. He got a big name that he's going to be fighting, but it really makes no sense because he's going to be weighing over 200 and some pounds. Tank's going to probably be weighing maybe at the most 147, 150. So I don't even understand why the fight is happening.
On paper, it's insane. Jake outweighs Tank by over 70 pounds, and the Boxing Commission already refused to sanction it as a professional fight. But that hasn't stopped Netflix from turning it into a global spectacle. And the more fans call it a circus, the more tickets it sells.
Went took a circus show fight, and he said he was going to retire. I believe him.
Why do you say he's a circus show fight?
It's just for and giggles. Jake Paul is 200 pounds, and he's whatever he is. So.
Spoke to Roberto Diaz over in Florida, and I know he's part of your team. He was a little bit upset when all that news came out. He called it a duck. Would you call it a duck?
For sure. You can call it a spade, for sure. We're contracted to fight, and you go and take another fight. You breach that contract, and you go take another fight. That's a clear duck. Obviously. So.
Even Floyd admitted it. He said, "People said me and Conor was a circus. Then it did $1 billion. Boxing is entertainment. Don't forget that." But deep down, everyone knows this one's personal. Because Gervonta's not fighting Jake to prove boxing is fun. He's fighting Jake to prove he still matters.
When is Gervonta Davis going to go somewhere in the pound for pound? Anui deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. Do Terrence Crawford deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Tank Davis? He deserve to be somewhere also in the pound for pound.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was affiliated with me.
So why did Floyd come back now? Insiders say it's because Gervonta's camp was falling apart. After his draw with Lamont Roach, the first blemish on his record, Gervonta was spiraling. Fans turned. Sponsors paused deals.
The exhibition match with Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis, what's your thoughts on that? Just overall, do you feel like Gervonta Davis is more checked out than being checked in boxing right now?
Sentí que Gervonta Davis está más desenganchado del boxeo que enganchado con el boxeo, considerando lo que aceptó con Jake Paul.
Sí, totalmente.
And when Jake Paul started mocking his size, calling him Mini Tank and TikTok Tough Guy, and saying, "He'll need a stool to reach my chin," Gervonta snapped. He accepted the fight before his team could even blink.
I don't think Tank cares about what it does for the sport. I think, and I get it, I was very open and honest with my last fight and the things around it. Tried not to be before because I didn't want anyone to, not be excited for what was a good fight on paper, definitely. But when you kind of lose that love for the craft and the discipline and getting in the ring don't mean as much as it did when you was growing up and on the way up. I've kind of seen that in Tank. Now, he had a hard fight against Lamont Roach Jr. and that might have been a part of it. Like, wow, man, this is getting hard against fighters that I think I'm levels above, and turned out on the night that I wasn't. And not only that, with prize fighters, I hope, for the little people of the world, I hope Jake Paul gets absolutely starched by someone nearly half his size.
But with all the backlash, He needed someone who could control the chaos, someone who's been here before. Enter Floyd Mayweather. Because love him or hate him, Floyd's seen it all. Big fights, big money, bigger pressure. He knows what it's like to fight when the world wants you to fail.
It's crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game, I said, okay. I said, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million. But I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million?
In the first clip from their new training footage, you can hear Floyd say to Tank, "Don't fight mad, fight smart. You make him play your game." That's classic Floyd. Cool, surgical, confident. He's not teaching Tank to brawl. He's teaching him to embarrass Jake Paul. And maybe, just maybe, redeem both their names in one night. After that session, Floyd gave his first full statement, and it wasn't the usual money talk. For the first time in years, Floyd sounded like a mentor again, not a businessman. Fans were split. Some say Floyd's just defending another payday. Others believe he's genuinely trying to guide Tank back to greatness. Here's the wild part. While Floyd's helping Gervonta prepare for Jake Paul, he's also preparing for his own fight. Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson. A fight that sounds like an April Fool's headline, but it's real. Two legends, both past their primes, squaring off for an exhibition next year.
Floyd is still fighting exhibitions.
Yeah, I know. He's
That's an
fighting
option.
Tyson.
Yeah. What do you think of that one?
Man, Tyson was a great fighter, man. I understand it. But Tyson's 60, bro.
Yeah.
Floyd, what, 40, 46?
Right.
45? Tells you everything right there. Bro.
Hey,
I'm not saying that you old, but I'm saying it's a time for this. How about somebody dies in the ring? You think Floyd really gonna hit Tyson?
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. You know,
Oh, you think
you
he
look
really
at Jake versus Mike.
What he did?
And,
What Jake did?
Jake has
He was scared to hit
admitted.
him.
Jake has admitted that
Yeah,
he
he's
took it
scared to
easy.
hit him because he didn't want to hurt him. He would have been the most hated guy in the world.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Then he white too? He made it say that he's racist.
But it seems like
And that's why the internet's roasting both of them. They say boxing's dead, that the sport's turned into a meme. But the truth is, Floyd knows exactly what he's doing. He's not chasing belts anymore. He's chasing control.
This is Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson in an exhibition bout in 2026.
I don't know what to say anymore. This whole thing is a big sell, and it's an exhibition, and you're going to get hoodwinked again, and they're going to move around, and nobody's going to get hurt. And that's the state of boxing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can reference, well, they've had bad blood in the past. Cool. One of them is 50 years old. He's 48, but we'll just say 50. Floyd is 50 years old. Mike Tyson is 60 years old. This isn't your normal 50 and 60-year-old. This is a very weathered, hard miles, 50 and 60-year-old fighting for your entertainment. I have no desire to watch this.
By helping Gervonta beat Jake Paul, Floyd wins twice. He gets to humiliate Jake, who's been using his name for years, and he gets to remind the world that he still runs the game. But there's one big difference between Floyd and Crawford, or even Canelo. Those guys fight for legacy. Floyd fights for the limelight.
Where does he rank now, all time, ending this interview?
Number one, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford's this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terrence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world of boxing. Every generation from Floyd's generation to this generation to get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on. So.
And that's what's tearing the boxing world apart right now. Real champions like Terrence Crawford are cleaning out divisions. Meanwhile, guys like Jake Paul are stealing headlines. So when fans see Gervonta Davis, once the heir to Floyd's throne, stepping into a circus fight, they can't help but ask, what happened? There was a time when Gervonta Davis was the future of boxing, the knockout artist everyone paid to see, the fighter who made you hold your breath every time he threw a left hand. He had it all: power, charisma, the Mayweather blueprint.
What's your dream fight card?
Dream fight card?
Anybody.
So there's a couple fights on there. Me versus Floyd.
Okay. Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that.
But somewhere along the way, the fame got louder than the fight game. Legal issues, street drama, missed weight cuts, and that draw against Lamont Roach was the final straw. Instead of chasing rematches or legacy fights, Tank's now chasing views. And the sad truth, that's exactly what Floyd once warned him about. In an old interview, Floyd said, once you start fighting for attention instead of achievement, it's over. Now, Floyd's the one doing exhibitions, and Tank's following the same road. But maybe this fight is the wake-up call he needs. Maybe Floyd's stepping in to make sure his student doesn't lose everything he worked for. Because love him or hate him, Floyd's not stupid. He knows the world will clown this fight. But he also knows if Tank knocks Jake Paul out cold, that clip will live forever.
Can we still expect to see any of those fights in the future, though?
And y'all keep talking about fighting somebody. Didn't he just have a fight? Didn't he just have a fight? And what happened? What happened? What happened? He won, right? But how you look in it? Exactly. But y'all say some different shit when it's me, right? Cause y'all want me to lose. When y'all see people in that limelight too long, they want to take that they want somebody else to come take that spot. That's why it's always like, come on, bro. That's what happened with Floyd. That y'all seen him too much, and once y'all seen him so much, y'all start hating on it. Like, it turned from love to hate.
And in a world where clout equals currency, that's worth something. We're living in two boxing realities, one built on belts, one built on buzz. On one side, Terrence Crawford, Naoya Inoue, Usyk, keeping the sport pure. On the other, Jake Paul, KSI, Mayweather exhibitions, keeping it viral. And right now, Gervonta Davis is stuck in the middle. Floyd told reporters, "I'm not here to change Tank. I'm here to remind him who he is." And maybe that's the key. If Tank can walk into this circus and still fight like a killer, maybe he saves not just his career, but his respect. Because make no mistake, if he loses, it's over. Jake Paul becomes the face of boxing's entertainment era, and Floyd's reputation takes another hit.
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather is happening. What the f is going on? This is where boxing is in 2025. And listen, I'm not going to complain because I understand the layout of things. We already had Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. We have Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. This feels like the Temu version of it. And that sounds crazy because we have two of the greatest of all time about to participate in this, but both of them are about 30 years past their sell-by date in an exhibition bout in which their weights will be 60 to 70 to 80 pounds different. If you got on board with Jake and Mike, it was because at least they were going to weigh the same. I don't even know what to think. Someone on Twitter said it perfectly. Either everybody in the world is going to want to watch this or 10,000 people will watch it. Probably both men want a shit ton of money and they're being promised a shit ton of money, but it's happening.
But if Tank wins, brutally and decisively, the way he used to, it might just flip the entire script again. After the session, Floyd walked past cameras, smiled, and said quietly, "It's funny how the game comes full circle."
Floyd knows I could beat Tank. He's just setting up his boy. I think Tank was happy you think Floyd was happy that Tank left?
Can that fight happen for the right
order? That Floyd was there at Ryan Garcia and Tank fight for Tank? Floyd loves him. Floyd is going to promote himself. That's why Floyd came out with them damn chains and his $20 million watch. Y'all got to really think about what Floyd, how he be thinking.
He's right. Years ago, Floyd made Gervonta Davis. Now, he's trying to save him. The student and the teacher reunited, both trying to prove they still belong in a sport that's changing faster than ever. But here's the real question. Can Floyd's experience and Tank's explosiveness silence the doubters? Or will this be the night that proves boxing's fallen too far into the circus? Because if Jake Paul shocks the world, the game changes forever. Drop your predictions below. Does Floyd still have that magic? Can Gervonta redeem his name? Or has the money team finally run out of credit? Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. I'll catch you in the next video.